And thank you for joining the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young. I am your host for the podcast today. This is a podcast that is dedicated to helping people get past their excuses, helping people stop saying, you know what, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do it someday. I'm going to do it one day. And instead saying, I'm going to do it right now, because now is the only time we have. This is a podcast that is dedicated to helping people harness the power in the eternal moment of now. That's what it's all about. So I appreciate you joining me today. If you want to donate to the cause, by all means, you can do so. Just go to my website, it's terenceyoungnow.com, and you can donate there. I appreciate you. Thank you in advance for that. And I just want to update you on things. The course, I have a few different courses out now, so I'm going to update you on this. The first course, which is the 3 tips to finding your passion and living it right now. That one is up and active if you want to take that course to help you find your passion. I think it's extremely important that people find their passion, what's burning inside, what God put them here to do. When you find that, then your life will take off, because you will be doing what you were meant to do, the thing you were put here to do. So I have a process that I take you through. It's 3 tips, 3 steps to finding that passion. So if you want to take that course, or you know someone who would benefit from taking that course, by all means, they can go to my website again. The link to the course is on there. Then the second course I created was about creating an engaging speech and becoming an engaging speaker. I've been a speaker for over 6 years now, and I know a lot about engaging the audience and how to be an engaging speaker and how to create a talk that's going to do that for you. And then you got to get on stage and do it. Now, don't get me wrong, you got to be able to do it. So I created a course called 6 Tips to Becoming Creating an Engaging Speech and Becoming an Engaging Speaker. And that course also is live and up right now. And if you are interested in becoming an engaging speaker, becoming a speaker, and want to learn more about the speaking industry and how you can create a talk and engage an audience and be able to handle that better, then that course is for you. By all means, you can get the information on my website. And if you know anyone that's interested in it, by all means, have them take it as well. And then the third course I just created, it's a free course. This one is Understanding Our 12 Spiritual Powers. We have 12 spiritual powers. That's from Unity, from Charles Fillmore. And I went through each one of those 12 spiritual powers. And what I did was break it down and then give you tangible things you can use in your life right now to improve your life for the better and ultimately improve our world. So it's a series of 12 videos where you go through a week of processing what you want to learn through this particular spiritual power, and then use those tangible things throughout the week, and then watch how it changes your life. So I'm really excited about that course as well. I'm excited about all of my courses, but definitely you can get information on my website about that. So definitely check it out. And yeah, you're gonna love it. If you know someone who wants to get on there and take any of those courses, by all means, get them to my website. You can get all the information there. I am excited this week. I've been a little bit down on energy. I didn't go live this week, but I was really just a little bit tired and getting some other work caught up on as well. So I didn't go live this week, but we were talking about appreciation all week long. And so, I've been enjoying it so much. So I'm going to share some things with you about that. What's funny is, as I'm talking about it, I actually strained my left calf just out walking on the beach, believe it or not, but I did. And so it's funny because that kind of relates back to appreciation, because I can't run right now. And I think it's so important that we're able to appreciate things in our lives, whether it be a job or something that we do, or a person as well. There's a couple of quotes that I'm going to use today. One of them is, just tell people that you appreciate them. It can make a day. It can even change a life just by telling someone that you appreciate them. It's so important. It's so important. And one of the things that I'll share with you is as I was talking, I sprained my calf today. I've been riding my bike, so it's twofold. I've been riding my bike more because I can't run because my left calf is bothering me. So if you want to see how you appreciate something, go without it. Yes. If you want to see how much you appreciate something, go without it for a while, then you'll recognize, wow, I really appreciated that. So this is twofold for me. It's kind of interesting. So I was out walking on the beach last week, and sure enough, did a little bit too much walking. We did about 5 miles or so. So I ended up, my left calf was bothering me so much so that I'm saying, you know what, I'm not going to run. So what I did was started riding my bike. Now here's the funny thing. I don't ride that often. I'm a runner at heart. That's what I do. But what I recognize, again, this is the second time this has happened, is I really enjoy riding my bike. And here's the great thing about it. This happened, on the flip side, this happened 8 years ago, 2012. I was preparing for a marathon. I think it was Minneapolis Marathon at the time. And I sprained my calf running, and I couldn't run. So I bought my bike. I bought my bike 8 years ago. I got the same bike, by the way, too. And I started to ride my bike. And what happens was, while I was riding my bike, I realized how much I appreciated running, because I love to run. And on the flip side of that, I recognized that I enjoyed riding too, as cross-training. So I recognized both. But I really couldn't wait to get off that bike so I could get back to running, because I appreciated it so much. And what it was is, I went without it. This was a bad sprain. I had to go like 2 months without running. I mean, and if you know anything about spraining a calf, you just don't know until you start doing it, or running again, or walking, how much it's improved. You just gotta wait and wait and wait, and then go out and slowly test it. That's kind of how it goes. So I appreciated my running so much because I missed it when I sprained my calf. This is 8 years ago. So fast forward to now, I sprained my calf again, and I've had other sprains in between now and then. This is the second time. But I recognize how much I'm missing running right now. I'm missing it. You know, I would love to go out and run tomorrow for my Saturday run, but it's not going to happen because I know that it's not ready yet, so I'm just going to go ride. However, I miss my running, but I'm appreciating riding the bike. It's amazing how that goes together. I'm appreciating riding the bike and enjoying that while I'm missing my running at the same time. So I appreciate them both. An important thing to take from this is, if you go without something for a while, then you'll recognize how much you appreciate it. Think about that. So I want you to think about what is it in your life that you truly appreciate, and that you've had to go without, and then you recognize how much you appreciate it. I'm sure there's lots of things out there. And then when you go back to it, you're like, wow, I don't want to lose this. I want to keep this in my life. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can so I can continue to do this, because I appreciate it so much. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm not running right now. I know it's going to take time for the calf to heal and be ready to go. So because I appreciate running so much, I'm going to take care of my body. I'm just going to ride my bike until I know my calf is ready. And then when I go back, I'm going to gently get back into running. That's what it's about. What is it in your life that you have gone without, and then you recognized how much you appreciate it? It's powerful. Powerful stuff. Another quote that I use this week is, when you tell people that you appreciate them, they'll do more than what's expected. You ever seen that happen before? I've been at companies before when people say they appreciate the job that you do. You feel good about what you're doing. You ever been in that situation before? You know, I've played on sports teams before where the coach and the whole staff have said they appreciate what we do. And then when we go out and do that, I felt good about going out and working hard in practice, working hard to improve my skill and my craft in every way that I can, because people say they appreciate what you were doing. It can happen in anything, and it's so powerful. And I want you to use this in your life. So often we go through life and we don't tell people that we appreciate what they're doing. What we don't recognize is it can change the dynamic of the relationship. Whether it be with your children or your spouse or whatever the case may be, it can change that, or just a coworker. It can change the dynamic when you authentically tell someone and sincerely tell someone, hey, I appreciate what you do for me. I appreciate how our work relationship is. I appreciate our relationship. I appreciate what you do as a son or a daughter. I appreciate you. It's so important. People will do more than what is expected when you tell them that you appreciate them. Who are the people in your life? Who are the people in your life that maybe you've skipped by telling them that you appreciate them lately? Maybe you can come around again and start telling those people that. And watch how your life will change when you start telling people, just, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for what you do. I'm so glad that you're in my life. It's powerful. It's powerful. Appreciation is such a big thing. I did a meditation this morning on appreciation, just keeping that in the forefront of your mind about being appreciative, grateful for the things that you already have. And this is an amazing point because we're not promised tomorrow. Like I talk about, the time is always now all the time, right? The time is always now, and it's so true. We're really not promised tomorrow. We walk around in this world like we know what we're going to do tomorrow. I got, just like you, and we're the same, I got plans for tomorrow, plans for next week, plans for next year. But we might not be here. We need to appreciate what we have right here, right now. It's so important. It's so important. Yes, is it hard to do? Is it easy to start thinking about the future and everything else? Absolutely. I get it. We all do it. I do it. But bring yourself back and remind yourself to appreciate the things you already have. The food that you have on your table, the children that you have in your life, your spouse, your significant other, whatever the case may be, your job, your home. We take these things for granted. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves to appreciate how much we are already blessed. I did a talk last week where I said we're blessed and highly favored. And I believe that to be true. No matter what the situation is on the outside, no matter what dark place or valley that you may be in, you are blessed and highly favored. I shared this with the gentleman I was talking to last night. I went to a drum circle. And he was sharing with me how he had some trouble. He was in the Air Force and he lost part of his hearing. He worked around the planes a lot. And he said he lost his hearing and it bothered him a little bit because he couldn't hear as well. He was having fun. He was in the drum circle. And I shared with him, I said, hey, if you're still here, that means God still got something for you to do. And that's true for all of us. If you are still here, God's got something for you to do. So appreciate what you have. Appreciate what you have in your life, the people, the places, the things, everything. Appreciate it. So important. That leads me to what I was going to share with you at the end here, which is just giving people their roses while they're still here. That's become almost like a meme now. People talk about it. Tell people how much you love them, how much you care about them, how much you appreciate them while they're still here. Don't wait until you're doing the obituary. Don't wait until you're doing the eulogy to tell people that. Tell them that now while they're here. Speak to them now. There's that great poem about the dash and how did you live your dash. I used that recently in a talk I was talking about. It's not about the people, the places, the things, the amount of money and all that stuff that you have, but how did you live? And how did you touch people's lives? And part of that is sharing with people how much you care. Give them their roses while they're still here. It's a great message to remind yourself of every single day. I want you to go out into your world, into your weekend, and I want you to think about the people in your life that you appreciate. And what I want you to do is just give them their roses, right? Give them their roses. I don't mean literally roses. I mean tell them that you appreciate them. Give them their roses while they're here. And watch how it changes not only their life, but it'll change your life as well. It'll change the vibration that's coming from you. Oh, it's such a good thing. And you know what? That's what our world needs right now. Our world needs more people to tell the other person, tell other people that we appreciate them. We see that we have differences, and that's okay, but we still appreciate you. I appreciate you. I honor you. I see the Christ in you. I see the God in you. I see you as a human being first. How important is that? If our world acted this way and showed more appreciation for each other and the differences that we have, do you think it would change our world? Do you think it would change what we're going through right now? Would it change our experience? Of course it would. Appreciate the things you have in your life. Appreciate the people you have in your life. Right here, right now. And for those people, give them their roses while they're still here. If you do that, it'll change your life. And then you can unequivocally say, I own the now and I have won. I appreciate you joining me for this episode of the Time Is Always Now podcast. This is TY. I am signing off. Remember, the time is always now.